Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. Targaye Nicole here. How are you guys doing? I hope you are well. If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. I am on my lunch break on October 29th, 2020 at 12:06 p.m. And it's been on my heart for a couple of days to just do this video. Lately, working from home, I can listen to whatever I'm listening to, and I've been listening to a lot of like preachers and things like that, Redefine TV, TD Jakes, Sarah Jakes, Robert Jakes, my girl, what's her name? I can't remember, Joyce Myers. Anyway, so this video is going to hit a little different because my channel is usually about budgeting or weight loss or whatever. But with that being said, it almost makes it an entire lifestyle channel. So without even trying, I just post what I like. And it's always worked for me because this is a release for me, as I'm hoping it's some kind of entertainment as well as information for you. So lately I've been just like, I need to change. I need a change. My life needs to change. Something needs to change. And if just a little bit of backstory is, I grew up in the church. Like, I grew up in the church. My mama and daddy didn't always go, but they shuttled us off with brother and sister Graham, thank y'all so much, or the church bus. And we were at church, you could say, pretty much every day, because there was Sunday service, the Sunday school before for the kids, and the regular service. Then I was in the young adult choir and the youth choir and the adult choir. But the time we got there, we went on trips. They were with the church, Great Adventure with the church, Eagle Rock Park with the church, Bible study, like literally I was at the church pretty much every day. And I'm very grateful, very, very grateful. If you don't believe in God, this may not be the video for you. I'm very grateful for that's the way that I was brought up. I went all the way to college. I was 21 before I 2021 before I became sexually active, because in my mind I was like, I have to wait till I get married because that's what they told you. But with all the years of being in the church, I'm not really ever sure that I knew what it meant to be like Christian. I just knew they said not to do this, not to do that. You had to do this, you had to do that. It was a lot of rules. And I think I lived just in fear of, like, I don't want to go to hell. Like, that's what they taught you. Don't do this, you're going to go to hell. Don't do that, you're going to go to hell. I don't know. I guess going to college kind of just, I wasn't in church anymore. There was no strict thing keeping me doing whatever. So I just kind of doing whatever. I was pretty good, still had grades, whatever. And I was with a boyfriend for a long time before I ended up doing that. I don't regret that at all, outside of I probably should have waited to marriage. But overall it wasn't like a bad experience. So growing up, like so I get older and I have relationships, and I've never been really like promiscuous. I think I did that for like a minute and I was like, I don't know how people do that. That's not the life for me. I've always had longer term relationships and slept with people in longer term relationships for most of my life. I always believed in God as an adult, like always feared God. Like I didn't want to do too much wrong. I didn't want to step over certain boundaries. But I'm at the point in my life now where I feel like I need to have a much better and closer relationship with God. But unfortunately for me, so long, I feel like I've always thought that in order to have a relationship with God, you had to be perfect. You had to do everything right. You had to like get up and pray every morning. You have to read the Bible every morning. You have to pray all day. You couldn't listen to secular music. You couldn't do all of these things. And I became very overwhelmed with the thought of like, oh my God, I'm going to have no life if 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 I'm Christian, like that. And I don't know if it resonates with you or not, but that's just how I felt. So that being said, I just kind of like, maybe I would just call myself a halfway Christian. I would purposely try not to do things that were wrong, and I would purposely try to be better, but I didn't follow all the stuff. So the other day it dawned on me and I was like, you're back in your parents' house, you're 30 something years old, you're trying to get this house, and you've been doing things your own way for too long. Things are all over the place and I don't like it. So my thought was, Sarah, you need to get your stuff with God together. So you guys, I literally wrote a whole Word document, so hopefully I don't go too far all over the place. And this is the way it is in my brain. So if this video is all over the place, these are just some things that I want to share with you if you're also thinking about this journey or feeling overwhelmed like me. So on my thing, it says where to start. And on it, it says just get started. I'm at the point where no one but God is perfect. Duh, Tara. Like, no one but God is perfect. And you just got to get started. And to remind myself to not quit. Don't quit on this journey. This is not something you're going to be perfect at. It's not meant to be perfect. You're meant to learn from your mistakes. You're meant to learning and doing this and making mistakes is how you build character. Don't quit and push. PUSH, meaning pray until something happens. Just keep pushing. Just keep going. It doesn't matter if things look like they're never going to turn around. Even if it feels like you're doing it all wrong, just keep going. And then I'd remind myself to get resources, to get help, to like start to find groups and put myself around like-minded people who are on the same path as me. So if you're on the same path, comment down below. Maybe we can start a little group. And I have to know from the start that we have to know, or I have to know from the start, because this is a message to myself, that God understands me. He made me. He understands me. He hears me. So even sometimes I think he's not hearing me, he does hear what I'm saying, although it might be a no for what I'm asking for, but I know he knows better than me. He loves me because he said, the Bible says so. He knows who I am. He lives in me because he gave me the Holy Spirit, and he's always going to be there. And he sees me. So although sometimes it seems like things aren't going my way, or things are, to know that he does know, love, hears, and sees me, I've got to constantly remind myself of that, because until I know that for sure, then my relationship with him is not going to be super great. Also, it's not, to remind myself that it's not about religion. Like, it's about relationship. There's so many religions out there. There's Buddhism, Judaism. What's the other one where you were the stuff? I don't even know all of the ones. There's so many. And it becomes too technical for me. I'm not going to be a New Age universe person, but it to me is about relationship. So learning to have a relationship, then following all the rules of religion that they give you, that they've interpreted the way that it is. So in a relationship, I have to think about it as I have to trust him. I have to love him. I have to keep working with him as he's working with me, and to always keep the door open in open communication. So the way that I have to think about it is the way that I think about my best friend. I talk to my best friend every day. A day doesn't pass where I don't text my best friend. Like, that makes me cry because I miss her. But like, it doesn't pass where I don't text my best friend, and we have a scheduled call every Sunday at 12 so we can see each other, and I miss her. And I want to have that same relationship with God, where I talk to him every day, where it's like I text him every day, and we have meetings every day just to make sure he's good and I'm good, and or he's good, he's always good, but he's good with what I'm doing, and I'm doing what I need to do. Taking time to read my Bible, and not only read it, but try to apply what I'm reading to life. So like when I'm reading my Bible, I think that put it somewhere else. When I read my Bible, to try and get understanding of my Bible, or get in Bible that I understand. There are so many different versions, and I just was reading one this morning that I was like, oh my God, this is like clear as day. I need to get an actual Bible that reads just this way. I can't remember which one it was though. Read it every day, or try to read it every day, and not to like, I used to pick my Bible up and like flip to a page and be like, Lord, even somewhere, and then I would read like a verse, and I'm like, that's not working, sis. Like, you need to be reading a whole thing. Like, you need to be reading a whole chapter, maybe, to get the whole story. Don't stop somewhere when you didn't hear the whole thing. To meditate on what I learned that day, to see what I got from that. Like, what were you trying to tell me about in the David and Goliath story? That's a simple one everybody knows. That one, everybody thought he was small and he was the youngest, and what are you going to do? And you don't have a sword, and you know what I mean? So you could take that story, and he beat Goliath, because you know what? It doesn't matter how big you are, how much swords you have, or what the weapon your choice is. If you have God on your side and you hear him talking to you and he sent you to that battle, you will win. So like, you have to, like, I'm talking to me, I would have to like get the meaning, and then ask myself, what am I doing? Am I that person? Do I have that faith? Am I doing what God asked me to do? And if not, how can I start doing that? So that is like, these are just plans of action for myself in case this helps anyone. And don't do things in a relationship with someone. You don't do things that hurt them, right? I wouldn't go out and try to hurt my mom or my dad or my sister or my family or my best friend. I wouldn't intentionally do that. So if God is my friend or in a relationship, or my father, our father, then I shouldn't be going out trying to do things that is going to hurt him or hurt his feelings. Like, does he have feelings? I don't know. But let's just put it in, if he's your friend. And then also, when I'm talking to my best friend, I was bad at this at first. I'm really still bad at this, but I'm trying to be better. I had to learn to listen to her when she has her own problems. It's not always about me. I need to hear her and see what she's doing and actually listen. Not just hear the words and wait to respond, or hear the words and be reactively ready, but to listen to what she has to say. So in my relationship with God, I need to learn to get in silence. I need to talk to him and actually stop to hear his word. Like, I feel like that's going to be hard for me, because in my head I'm like, okay, how do I know which one is you? Is that the devil trying to trick me? But in the end, I feel like the closer I get and the more I get on his page, the easier it's going to be for me to hear him. Just like you couldn't call me as two people on a phone and I could tell you which one my best friend is, because I know her voice. And so I want to get to that point with the Lord where I know that's him. Like, I'm sure in the beginning, and I'm a baby Christian, what I'm calling myself, like, I'm not perfect, nowhere near it. We talk about beginner stages. I'm probably not going to know, but I think that's why he gives us grace to understand that, hey, at least she's trying, okay? She might not get it right, and he will provide some grace for when I don't, but I'm going to keep on trying. And to follow the cardinal rule. A lot of times I think, like, when we're asking for something or should we do something, we forget the simple cardinal rule as do unto others as you like done unto you. Maybe think about the situation as, okay, you're thinking, should I do this? Should I do that? Would you have liked somebody to do that to you? Is that how you would have liked someone to do that? Is that what you really should do? And then for me, a big thing is going to be stop overthinking things. I overthink everything. Stop overthinking things and learn to pray and sit in silence and listen. Whether that means praying and fasting and trying to listen and trying to get a word. Stop overthinking things, because our thoughts will make up stories in our head for things that are not even going to happen, or have not happened, or are not nearly close to what will happen. But our thoughts will make these stories that, oh yeah, they're going to do this because they should. You don't know that. You don't know that. And then I have to remember not to get distracted, sis. Don't get distracted. Don't let this guy over here distract you. Don't let work over here distract you. Don't let buying, house, losing weight distract you. Stay on your path. I heard someone say, I was following, and I thought it was so profound. There's like, feelings are wonderful servants, but they are terrible masters. Yes, you should, just like I said, would you like that done unto you? You're going to use your feeling about that. But don't let that be the end all be all. God is the answer. Like, God is going to be the master. He's going to know whether it's right or wrong. And feelings sometimes will lead you astray. They will leave you in relationships you're not supposed to be in. When you're praying for God to take it out and he takes it out, don't get mad. When you tell God, there's this job for me, and just because you felt like you wanted it and you didn't get it and he didn't let you have it because clearly it wasn't for you, please don't get upset. This is me talking to me. I'm just saying. I know that hurt your... and it's okay to know that some decisions that hurt your heart will also heal your soul. So although you're going to be making some decisions that maybe mean letting certain people go or letting things go, they're going to hurt. Like, you're not going to want to get rid of certain things in your life or certain people, but you know, like, they're not good for you. And when you do let them go, you'll find that your soul will more than likely be at peace or at mended or whatever, as hard as it will be once it's all over. So then another starting point for me, because y'all know I'm a planner, I need plans, and then or something to start with, is just the 10 commandments. And I'm just going to read them to you because I didn't make them up and I have nothing to explain. I am the Lord thy God, thou shalt have no other God before me. Period. Just don't. Don't be worshiping your car or your girlfriend. No one should come before him. That's done. Period. Thou shalt not make any graven images. You shouldn't have Buddhas. I don't know. I don't want to offend anybody, but I shouldn't have my pumpkin like, oh, pumpkin, No. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord in vain. Remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy, whatever day is Sabbath for you. And I need to start learning that because I just be working on Sunday like I ain't got no sense. Honor thy mother and father. I think the rest of that is so your days may on your earth be long. And I've always tried to do that because I want to live a long time. But I think it just says honor thy mother and thy father. Thou shalt not kill. Lord, don't let me kill nobody. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor, which I think is don't lie. And thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods, wife, things, all that. And, for me, that also comes into play with I'm going to probably be celibate, and I mean celibate till I'm married. I'm at the point now where I'm tired of getting into these relationships and everybody around me is married. I don't know if they're married and happy, but they're married. And I'm one of the older kids and I'm like not married. There's no ring on my finger. There's no commitment happening. So the next relationship that I get in, I will definitely be praying on it. And I'll be making it very clear there will be no ding ding without the ring, honey. Like if you can't wait and we can't be in God together, then we can't be, period. And most importantly, learning to give myself grace, you guys, learning to enjoy the journey, going from where you are to the promised land or to the promises or the gifts that God has to give you. Sometimes it's going to leave you in the wilderness where people are gone, where you feel alone and you're by yourself. But I just have to kind of remember that when I start to feel isolated or people are gone or they don't understand, it's just God working on me in the wilderness so he can take out selfishness, so he can take out hatred, or he could take out jealousy or comparison from my life so that I can be happy and serve him in a better way when I get to where he wants me to be. I have to know that he will be ready when he says I'm ready, not when I feel I'm ready. So I might be like, oh, Lord, I feel like I'm ready for a relationship now. I feel like I'm ready for marriage now. And he'd be like, no, you're not. Like, he might be like, you think you are, but you're not submissive. You think you are, but you're selfish. You think you are, but you don't know how to share. You think you are, but you don't know what real love really feels like. So, yeah, I just have to be okay with God knowing when I'm ready, not when I think I'm ready. And to remind myself that anxiety is also related to things that we think we should have by now. I need to stop being anxious because I think I should be skinny by now. I've been dieting forever, or healthy by now, or I should have this money because I'm almost 40, or I should be in this wonderful relationship and houses and marriage and etc. That causes anxiety. Anxiety related to what should have. I should have this. I should have that. And all these things that the world puts on me. I'm not doing it anymore. Like, we're not doing that out here in these streets. And I've already talked to you guys about the life is loading that I was talking about. And I'm almost done, you guys. I know this is getting long. I'm sorry. This is why I didn't do it as a live, because I know I would really not be done. Life is loading, and while we're waiting for life to load, we have to, that horrible, ridiculous circle of loading. We have to remember that it's loading, some more good outcome information is on the other side. Something coming. Just wait on it. Something's coming, because I had to delete that video because the devil made me go down that negative road, and I wasn't going to do it. And so, you know, we have to know that as we're getting that horrible loading in circles symbol, that something is waiting on the other side, that something will pull up on the other side. So we're either waiting for something to come, God, please, or we're having poor connection. So as we're waiting, we're getting that symbol because either something is loading for real, or we're having a poor connection. And all this stuff I learned, this loading thing came from Redefined TV, so check them out. Poor connection. So are you in the place you need to be with God? Are you connected to him? There's a poor connection. So y'all know when y'all get that circle, you look in your internet, got like 2 bars, you're like, I'm not in the right section right now. And another reason you could be getting circles is because you have too many things open. So you got all that backlog on your iPhone or whatever, your Android, and you got too much things running in the background and you're not focused. So same thing in life. Your circle is going because you got too many things going on. And one of the main things you should have going on, which is God, you're not focused on him. He gonna close all them things, or you gonna shut down or break down or something, you know. And through all that, moving on to praying for my purpose, like that has been a big thing for me. I don't want to end up dead with not knowing what I'm doing. I feel like God gives you a purpose to solve a problem. He saw something that you had, or that he was giving you to solve a problem in this world. So my purpose is a problem solver. So once I figure out what my purpose is, then come on, we can do some things. We can solve some problems. We can help some people. So some things that I'm praying for right now, I'm just sharing with you, and then I'm almost done. I'm praying for purpose. I'm praying for understanding of other people's situation, because sometimes I don't get it. I'm just like, I'm praying for understanding for my situation. I sometimes think I'm very cold-hearted. Like, I'm a happy person overall, but sometimes I'm like, I don't understand what your problem is. Like, I get that. I don't know why I'm like that. So I'm praying for understanding. I'm praying for wisdom so that I can understand, although I probably never will, but I can pray for understanding of some things. Pray for humility, to stay humble. Pray for him to speak to me and tell me what to do, because what I'm doing myself is clearly not working. Also working on being less reactive to things and having more control, and knowing there is power in being silent. If there's a situation where you do need to talk, you know, because you don't want to be silent, and not saying like power in being silent and holding it all in and then having an internal issue. But a power in being silent is where you don't have something nice to say or something productive or educational. Just don't do it. Like, it's not going to help you to say something smart to someone. It's not going to help them. It might make some people laugh, but it's not funny. So, you know, just having that kind of thought, or when someone upsets me, I want to get mad, I want to say something, and my mouth is, ooh, he was going to be working on my mouth, child, because I can have some things to say. And stopping to be reactive and take more control. Like, I control this, or God controls this, and since God is in me, we control this. Learning to be grateful and thankful when I'm starting to think too much. So when I'm starting to think too much, which I said is one of my problems, to stop. Instead of thank. So instead of thinking too much, be thankful, be grateful for what I do have, and stop thinking about what I don't have, and why does Bathsheba over there got this, and Tanisha over there got that, and Shonda over here got this. She ain't even done nothing. She don't have a light guy, but she got a new house. She ain't got to do nothing, but she got a new job. I don't know their life, so let me stop comparing myself. I don't know what they've been through. I don't know. And just because it look good don't mean it is good. And learning to, like I said, just for me, it's going to be a matter of just learning to enjoy the journey, not comparing my life with anyone else's. And, you know, instead of comparing my life to everyone else, learn to be happy for them on their journey. And know my time will come, and what's for me is for me. And don't take offense, sis. Take notes. Like, don't take offense at what they're doing. Find out what they're doing. What you doing? Maybe I can learn something. Take some notes on what they're doing. Maybe they're doing something you could be doing so that it does work out. If they're not, then just keep rolling and be happy for them. Keeping the faith and realizing that all storm clouds, all storms, they got to stop at some point. Like, storm Storm clothes ain't fitting to be full of rain all day long. The sun is gonna come out, maybe not tomorrow, but it's gonna come, right? And having patience. Jesus, I wanted to touch on these two things last because these are hard for me too. Patience and peace. I purposely don't pray for patience because I have done that before, and I was put in a lot of situations in which I needed to be patient and I didn't like it. But I probably should pay for some patience, because patience is the ability to survive not yet, right? So I haven't gotten the house yet. I haven't lost the weight yet. I haven't found the perfect husband yet. I haven't overcome selfishness yet. I haven't, done whatever just yet. And being patient in that not yet moment is tough. And I need to pray for it. I really do, because I ain't got it, y'all. I'm going to tell you right now. And I'm going to tell you all the time. If you're over here to judge me because what I'm about to tell you right now, you should leave now. Because yes, you're allowed to judge me, but God is the only juror in this house, okay? So, yeah, I'm going to need patience. And to be patient in the process and the journey for me is going to be huge. And to check myself and my character when things are not going well. I'm spoiled sometimes, you guys. Like, when I can't find things that I want or do things that I want, I will cross my hands and start being a spoiled brat. Like, it's not good. I have to check myself sometimes. And then all in all I want, y'all, is peace. I need to pray for peace, okay? I need to be that person that you look at and be like, how is she standing in the middle of the rain with the thunderstorm going, and people are dying left and right, and her job has just cut her hours, and she still has to pay for the mortgage, and she is still at peace? Like, I need to be that person. I need that kind of peace, that kind of faith, that kind of patience, that kind of wisdom that knows this is not my fight. That I have given that to him, and it will all work out for my good. It is easy to say these things, but it is harder to put them into practice. But I know that all it's going to take is a little time. It's going to take a little time. It's going to take me time to practice these things, to learn these things, to listen to him. And I won't be able to know it's him until I know his words, which means I need to read my Bible. I need to listen to sermons. I need to get on it. There are things like that I'm not 100% on yet, like the tithing thing and all that. So don't come for me. Baby steps, child. Like, I'm all about giving, but I don't know about just 10% to you and 10% for me. You are more than leave your comment on that if you want. However, I'm just starting out. I felt the need to share that with you guys because God said so. And I did. And at least I think it did. And if you are in the journey, comment down below. Let me know how you feel about the video. If you want me to expand on anything that I said, definitely comment down below and I'll consider doing another video. I don't want to say no to anything. But you guys, thank you so much for listening. I don't know if I tell y'all enough, but you really are one of the things that I'm grateful for, because it is nice to be able to come on my channel and share with the small group of people that I have that understand kind of who I am, and you let me be me. So remember, guys, in order to be great, yes, you have to be grateful. You have to be Godful. Have a wonderful, blessed day. Bye.